Unitarian Universalist Church, building community, inspiring growth, creating change. Here in the heart of Kansas City, we come together to create this hour of shared reflection so that we might be renewed in courage for these times and inspired to lives of greater dignity, higher purpose, deeper generosity, and more effective action. May the words and music and images that we offer today nourish our best selves, calling forth abundant wisdom and love, a love that has the power to overcome both loneliness in the heart and oppression in the world. Welcome to our service.
Arise, O souls,
Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm Scott Hensey. I'm a member of All Souls. And whether you're here in the room or watching online, we are glad you're here. Your presence enriches us all and all of us and our time together. We are a Unitarian Universalist congregation. Our tradition is a large tent with room for many beliefs, approaches to the questions that matter. That said, our values of inclusion, compassion, and justice are strong and hold us together. We seek to build the beloved community, making room for everyone, and creating a world where everyone's needs are met. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears, you are welcome here. You're invited to join us with an open mind, a loving heart, and willing hands. We welcome you today. You may be new here this morning. Welcome. I hope that you have visited the welcome table in the lobby where you can learn more about our congregation. Anthony, would you like to introduce our special guest?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Anthony Edwards, and I have the pleasure of being your music director here at All Souls. And I have the giant pleasure of having my friend Sasha here with us this morning. It's such a pleasure. What you don't know is I just start launching into that hymn for a prelude, and Sasha goes, I can do this. And she comes up, and we just have this little fun time together, and it's such a joy to have you here. So let's welcome Sasha.
The choir will offer another performance of Washington Women here in our sanctuary tomorrow, Monday evening at 6:30. Bring your friends, bring your neighbors, bring your relatives, please. Tomorrow night, Monday, 6:30 here at All Souls. After the service, visitors and potential new members are invited to the library down the hall for a UU Basics class. This is space to learn a little bit about who we are and to have your questions answered.
Welcome. You who come in need of healing, you who are confused or have been betrayed, welcome. With your problems and your pain, welcome to your joys and your wonderings, welcome your need of hope, your longing for assurance. Instead of answers, here may you find safety for your questions. Instead of promises, you may find community for your struggles. People with hands and hearts to join you in engaging the challenges and changes of our day. I am the Reverend Erin Dyka Holly, and I serve as the lead minister here at All Souls. With me is Anthony Edwards, our music director. This morning is a Music Sunday service when the choir presents a longer choral work interspersed with a few readings and poems related to the piece.
Washington Women, the piece we share with you this morning, uplifts the voices of women serving in and connected to our national government over the centuries. It connects to Unitarian Universalism and to our church by uplifting our own values. As we value justice, we value democracy, a central theme of this piece. Our values of both pluralism and equity support inclusion of diverse voices in all areas of human endeavors, such as the imperative of women's involvement in our government. As you experience the music this morning, we invite you to notice the ways in which the lyrics embody our own values and experiences as Unitarian Universalists.
We light this chalice to remember the light within, to know that the hunger we feel inside is an echo of inner wisdom that wants something more. For us, for others, for this weary yet wonderful world. Please stand as you are able and join in the affirmation of our covenant, and then remain standing as we join together in song.
Goodwill is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
The composers of Washington Women, David Chase and Judith Clurman, write, Washington Women is a collection of musical settings of iconic texts taken from speeches, opinions, and interviews of 16 remarkable women from across the political spectrum, all of whom spent time in their lives associated with Washington, D.C. First ladies, senators, congresswomen, Supreme Court justices, secretaries of state, vice presidents, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. The music delivers a message that is relevant to today's world. Each one of these women found hope in the possibilities of an American dream. By setting their words to music, we hope that you will hear those words in fresh ways. Learn more about these women and discover why they spoke these words when they did. And most importantly, we hope that Washington Women inspires you to speak out as well. In addition to these words from the composers, Washington Women is a choral suite. Through selected readings, we will share supplemental thoughts on the responsibilities of citizenship from Ruth Bader Ginsburg, plus the words of 2 Unitarian women ministers reflecting our democracy and her leaders. Today, we dedicate this performance to the memory of Mary Lindsay. Mary was passionate in her pursuit of social justice. She worked tirelessly to serve the Missouri League of Women Voters, and she served on their board of directors. She was a member of this church and of this wonderful choir, and was dedicated to seeing this piece of music performed here in this church. She would be very happy about today and your presence here for this performance. Mary personified kindness and compassion. When I shared this work with Mary and the choir, our immediate hope was and is that the relevance of each of these women's voices inspire you to participate in and experience democracy in a different and more meaningful way.
Equality in a Sea of Inequality by UU Minister Reverend Peggy Clark. When this country was founded, the aspiration was high. The men who imagined it dreamed big, casting a vision of a world where all men were created equal, where rights were endowed by our Creator, transcending culture and the expectations of the day, where life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness would be allowed and enjoyed without infringement. It was a radical and new vision, born from Enlightenment optimism, inspired by scientific discovery. It was an intoxicating vision, as bold as the Protestant Reformation that swept all of Europe. And they had the hubris to believe they could make it happen. They staked their claim in the Declaration of Independence and institutionalized it in the Constitution. They elected their first president, and when he stepped down, relinquishing power to return to the role of citizen, those founders believed that they had lived to see their vision realized. A new president ran for office, and the republic was up and running. It was done. A new world order. Those men weren't distracted by the genocide they inspired or the enslavement of other people they required for this nation to be born. They declared equality while swimming in a sea of inequality. When they declared all men were created equal, they meant white Protestant men. They didn't mean women. They weren't including black people who'd been enslaved or those who were free. They didn't include Catholics, Jews, or people who didn't own land. They were so proud of their inclusivity, so inspired by their cutting-edge philosophy, that they had no idea how narrow it was, how constrictive, how small a vision. The men who wrote those words were calling into being a more perfect union. They were establishing justice, ensuring domestic tranquility, securing the blessings of liberty. They believed that they and the men of their generation would will this new nation into being. They would establish the structures required for a grand vision. They would test it, and then it would be done. They didn't realize it would require many more people, many different voices. They didn't know how many generations would have to be part of the creation of that dream, how long it would take before the nation they imagined would be made manifest. The soul of America has yet to be born.
name is Louise, and I'll be reading excerpts from Ruth Bader Ginsburg's remarks from a naturalization ceremony for new citizens. A French observer of early America, Alexis de Tocqueville, wrote, "The greatness of America lies not in being more enlightened than any other nation, but rather in her ability to repair her faults. Through amendments to our Constitution and court decisions applying those amendments, we abolished slavery, prohibited racial discrimination, and made men and women people of equal citizenship stature. In the vanguard of those perfections were citizens just like you, of every race and creed, making ever more vibrant our national creed. E pluribus unum, out of many, one. We have made huge progress, but the work of perfection is scarcely done. Many stains remain. In this rich land, nearly a quarter of our children live in deep poverty. Nearly half of our children do not vote. And we still struggle to achieve greater understanding of each other across racial, religious, and socioeconomic lines. Yet, we strive to realize the ideal to make a more perfect union. As new, well-informed citizens, you will play a vital part in that endeavor by first and foremost voting in elections, serving on juries, and engaging in civic discourse. We sing of America, sweet land of liberty. Newcomers to our shore, people like you, came here from the earliest days of our nation to today, seeking liberty, freedom from oppression, freedom from want, freedom to be you and me. May the spirit of liberty be your beacon. May you have the conscience and the courage to act in accord with that ideal as you play your part in helping to achieve a more perfect union.
Not only dream The Leaders We Deserve by our own UU minister, Reverend Dr. Kendall Gibbons. Believe it or not, this is from October 2013. We remember the principle as be the change you want to see. But people do not always make the connection that we must also become the leaders we hope to find. Let me assure you that although the subject has a particular urgency because of the current impasse in Washington, I do not know how to fix our federal government. If I did or thought I did, as much as I love you all, I would not be standing around here. What I do think is that dealing with a democracy is a bit like dealing with a computer. It does what you have instructed it to do, not necessarily what you wanted it to do. We are experiencing the Congress that we, the people, have elected. Now, I know that liberals will complain about the impact of corporate money, but the truth is that at least so far, what that money buys is persuasion. It persuades voters to cast their ballots for certain candidates, and it persuades politicians to advocate for the interests of potential donors so that they might get elected and stay in office. Today, I want to argue that if we, the voters, held a more appropriate expectation of our leaders, and if our leaders adhered to a better understanding of their own integrity, this avalanche of money would be less determinative. Money, of course, will always matter, no doubt, but it wouldn't matter that much. I rather suppose that we will only have such leaders in Washington or anywhere else to the extent that we strive to become such leaders. If all we want is a set of advocates for our separate interests, whose highest purpose is to make sure that we get what we think is our share of the common good, then we will remain embedded like toddlers in our greed and our fear, and there will be no one to cast a vision for the more noble lives and the more noble society that we might have the opportunity to build together. These tasks are woven into every part of this congregation's mission. The work of leadership is not optional if we're going to say and be who we say we are. The sage who led India's nonviolent revolution taught us that we must be the change we wish to see. But more than that, we must become the kind of leaders we wish to follow. And the truth is, any one of us can be that leader if we're willing to sacrifice the familiar comfort for the challenges of growth and think clearly about our own function in the system's authentic purpose. Democracy can never supply us with representatives greater than the aspirations we have for ourselves. We will never be able to hold our elected leaders accountable to standards that we don't also use to measure our own integrity and wisdom. The leaders we deserve are the leaders we are striving to become. No greater and no less than that. May the opportunities here in this covenant community provide the opportunities to practice in an atmosphere of support and forgiveness the skills of leadership. May these opportunities summon us all to the growth in self-understanding that makes us ever more whole, and to the wisdom of the truth that makes us free.
Today In this political climate, phew, even those words already make me feel bad. There have been so many reasons for frustration, for fear, for despair, for anger. It hasn't all been bad, but it's been bad enough that I've chosen to stop looking and stop listening to the ads, to the lies, to the hostility, and to the divisiveness. I've even gotten to the point where I worry about whether or not this republic can stand. But one thing has brought me back from the brink, and I hope that you have felt it this morning also. Washington Women has provided the antidote. It reminds us that this country has been in a bad place before, and it has survived. It reminds us there is a shared belief in equality, opportunity, inclusiveness, and all those ideals that are sometimes drowned out by the political rhetoric. Strong women since our founding have understood what is at stake here in this great experiment in democracy. And Washington Women urges us to hold on to our belief in the possibility of that ideal America we learned about in school. Singing Washington Women makes me proud to be an American, and I do not say that very often, especially lately. But these words and this music keep me focused on what is good, what is possible, and what we aspire to be. Whether you were participating in the choir or you're in the audience, you have helped bring this work of music to life today. And I believe whenever we can be lifted up by good music, there is hope. So no matter what you think is going to happen on Election Day or in its aftermath, let's keep the music going. Your generous offering today can help make that happen. It's an easy thing to do for our mental health, for our congregation's health, and for the health of our community at large. My name is Jane Wilson, and I approved this message. The offering will now be given and gratefully received.
please join in the words for the dedication of our offering? We dedicate our offerings and our actions to the mission at the heart of this congregation, to build a respectful, caring community, to inspire personal and spiritual growth, and to create change toward a just and compassionate society. We release this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. We not only dream, we do. We not only see what has been, we see what we can be. With freedom comes responsibility. And that is our responsibility to one another, to our community, to our nation and this world. The responsibility to take action and bring our dreams of beloved community into reality.